What you will find below are the top 5 spooky stories that wrap it up on platform like Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Some are alternate reality games, which stands for ARGS, that task viewers with solving puzzles and chasing clues. Others are off the cuff, rambling that coalesce into something bigger. All of that are as scary as anything you will never find in theaters, except for, COVID. Number 1, Arcana. Created in the earlier months of lockdown, Arcana is a spooky ARG that summons the isolation of the COVID era. Without actually being about the COVID era, Narya Duthard leads the story as Jade, a newly single woman plagued by nightmares that she then interprets as puzzles for players to ponder. Things get strange from there, branching off into their area Instagram accounts and articles about the 2017 murders of Morrison Parkers, which cast this shadow over the tale. A collaboration between TV writer Eva Anderson, E3W Productions, and a number of other artists. Arcana is, unlikely than many ARGs, a well-oiled machine, a finite, satisfying, and well-produced story told with care. Head to Jay's first post to start it for yourself, resting assured that if it's liberalism, nature ever done it, you can follow the walkthrough that's been provided by the creator. Number 2, Greg. It is written on Twitter. It's been said, something weird is happening in the woods outside my house and I don't know what to do. Between October 2018 and January of 2019, a Twitter account known only as a Greg shared was essentially a fun footage horror flick in the guise of an epic Twitter thread. Something weird is happening in the wood outside my house and I don't know what to do. Reads the post, the trigger for a spelling litany of horrors that includes an eyeless woman, blur, a witching artifacts, and lunar cycles. The thread's genius lies into an in suspiciousness. There's no identifying informations on the nature. I don't know. Written as IDK, reads the accounts I bile, and the hunt is preceded by the month's worst of a banal post. All the better to help to sustain your suspension of a disbelief. Greg's rambling post to read as genuinely perplexed, making us all the more unnerving when he suddenly drops a video, which I might not be showing on the YouTube platform. It's quite disturbing. Well, fittingly, the thread ends with a boasted bang and a shrug, with Greg knowing something bad has happened, but not exactly when I'm heading back to school next week. He wrote in January of 2019, but I will be back. I have to go back. Nearly 2 years later, he hasn't been back yet. Number 3, hashtag Never Alone. Never Alone, a collaboration between artists Sambani, Frederman sees Chloe Decole, and Anna Miles, was created to reckon with the recognitive dissonance of witnessing online influencer continue to project the perfection during a time of sickness and social unrest. Across the flurry of Instagram stories, posts, and videos, Fredman seized Cassandra claim slowly unravels in between vapid a story a post. About it positively that by projects and derail into a nonsensical string of phones and symbols. A scroll through her accounts, and it will see all the comments of a concern that only serve to highlight the distance between subject and audience. Although Cassandra hasn't posted since in August, her final video is still a doozy. The trail teased a return on Halloween titled "We Continue to Be Haunted by Our Time" with a Cassandra. We were moved by the response to the story as well as simultaneously unsettled and tilted by our followers that relentlessly thirst for answers. They tell the AV Club we actually will be releasing a video we made to share our experience at the end of this month. We intended for it to be a Q&A, which stands for questions and answers. But as it trends to happen with everything related to Cassandra, things didn't go according to the plan. As such, you will want to stay tuned to Cassandra's Instagram page. Number 4. Red Monkey. Equal parts creepypasta, unfriended dark web, and a flight club. Red Money began in 2018 on the accounts of Netla Garcia, a computer programmer who took to Twitter after finding a phone on the ground in Madrid, after she discovered that the owner of the phone has apparently been dead for 8 years. The narrator begins to spiral into darkness, accumulating in a deeply creepy marble harness equipped video in which she and her mother have been filmed as they sleep by someone in a red money mask. There's a self-awareness to red money as ARG that exists in a world where ARG that serves to elevate it is tech, horror, and boister. It's a theme of a technological revolution. It's the best experienced via Garcia's origin threads. But if you are not a Spanish speaker, you can read it as English translation here. Number 10. Sick House. Sick House, a 2016 found footage thrillers about online influencers and one very haunted house, originally unfolded in 10-second snippets over 5 days on the Snapchat of YouTube celebrity Andrea Russet. Russet's 500k followers had no clue what they were watching was fiction. They figured it out eventually, but the creep towards understanding bring within his question, and horror fans love to ask, how real is it? As a movie like Cannibal Holocaust and the Blair Witch Project have demonstrated horror fans loved liminal space between fiction and reality. Of course, Sick House isn't either of those movies in terms of the impact, but there shouldn't stop you from renting it. By framing the story through the lenses of a social media, director Hannah McPherson allows the fabric of the found footage style to be stretched by the star's performative relationship with the camera. Blair Witch Domed cast wants to document a local legend's sick house influence just want to document themselves. The most exciting thing about Sick House for me as the filmmaker was the fact that we were uploading story through the Snapchats in 10 seconds of videos in real time over 5 days. MacPherson tells the AV Club we were posting to a famous YouTuber's account and her audience through thoughts what they were witnessing was real. That she was searching for Sick House and it was with some people, and when they found it, a really bad thing happened. Millions of people were opening the Snapchats within a minute of us posting them. Watching the Twitterverse the freak out was extremely rewarding. The fear was real. As someone who sat terrified in the theater when the Blair Witch Project came out, I am very excited. The social media horror gives the filmmaker director access to a willing audience with the ambiguity real or fake. It is hard to come by in filmmaking those days. That's pretty much all for today's show. Please drop a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel as always. And thank you for your listening and participation for real. So stay tuned for more late night episodes. I'll see you guys there. Bye.